All right, guys, quick video here. Needed to charge my selfie stick, so this is just with my regular phone. No, I've been MIA for a little minute. Just been busy, man. Just been hectic. So I'm gonna do a little recap as I did in the last few videos. So we are approaching a little bit past 11 months from the first transplant. So let's back up. I had my first hair transplant at Ashley Tarkan, December 11th, 2019. 7,000 grafts, FUE. I was starting off from a Norwood 6 or 7, something like that. So what you see here, the temples and everything you see up top, all of this is transplanted hair. This and temple over here, all of this was completely bald. So that was first transplant. Had my second hair transplant also at Ashley Tarkan. That was July 5th of this year. Had 4,500 grafts, 3,000, that's from the back of my head, and maybe 3,200 and 1,300 that were from under my beard. I'm going to show you here, as you can see, really cannot even tell that any hair was taken from my beard. I'm going to the barbershop here in a little bit, so I'll come back and make another video, after my haircut and beard cleaned up and all that. Major points. So I'm gonna show around here first, and after the haircut, I, of course, will show closer as well. Again, it's looking crazy on top because I haven't been able to cut the top for a little over 4 months from the second transplant. So hopefully next month I will be able to trim that up and get that a little better looking. I'm pretty satisfied with the amount of coverage I got from the first hair transplant. As you can see, so only those gray hairs that you see, those are from the second transplant, because they pulled the hair that they used just to add density in the already transplanted part was mostly what they pulled from my beard, and my beard is mostly gray. So I don't think there's much growth there, at least from the second transplant that has happened yet. This is mostly just from the first transplant. So I'm pretty satisfied with the amount of coverage from that first transplant. And if my crown can grow into the same degree, I'll be pretty satisfied with that. So I'm gonna show you, it's a little more difficult to try and show the donor area without the selfie stick, but I'm gonna give it a shot here. You'll also see, of course, the second transplanted area is my crown, which has not done a lot of growth to this point, but, we kind of knew that going in. They always say the crown is what takes the longest to grow. So, up to 8 months to really see growth in the crown. Another thing I want to address here, because this has been a topic I've seen discussed over and over on all of these hair transplant pages. As you can see, I'm in need of a haircut and my donor looks rough. So the whole purpose of me doing these videos are to help guys that are trying to decide whether or not they want to get a hair transplant. Not pushing you to, not pushing you not to, just giving you the information so you can make that decision for yourself. All that being said, if you're a guy who, like myself, anything maybe over Norwood 3, who has extensive baldness, you're going to have to make a choice. There's a lot of talk with Ashley Tarkan in particular, but just in general about over harvesting. but you're going to have to make a choice. Do you want hair on the back of your head, or do you want hair on the top of your head? Because we all have a finite number of follicles to draw from. If your entire head is bald and you need your entire head covered, chances are 2,000 or 3,000 grafts is not going to do that. So I don't care if it's American doc, Turkish doc, whoever, you're not going to cover your entire head with 2,000 grafts. 9 times out of 10, unless you have a very small head. So you will have to make a choice. Do you want it? So this is the choice I made. Cover the top of my head, and I will bald fade the back once everything is in. Now, will I ultimately be happy with that result? We'll have to see when that time comes. But to go into this thinking you are completely bald and that you're going to be able to adequately cover your whole head and retain a big, full, thick donor area, I don't think is a realistic expectation. I'll put some photos before here of my donor prior to the transplant. I had a very thick donor area too, and still. So again, just any feedback, any questions, guys, just leave it down low. I'm gonna come back after this and update after my haircut. All right, guys, so back from the barbershop. I got my selfie stick back working, back charged. So like I said, I can't cut this on top because we're only coming on 4 months since that original transplant, so it does look kind of crazy. I mean, the haircut cleans up a little bit. I just have them fade out the sides and the back. Beard, I'll show again from, as I said, I had 1,300 grafts pulled from under there, which you can't really, I'm glad you can't really see anything was taken from there. I was kind of concerned about that because I do usually wear a full beard. I'll show the back here to the best of my ability. Yeah, so as you can see, still not a whole lot of growth going on from the second transplant on the crown. But yeah, that's about it, man. Like I said, any questions you guys have, just leave them down low, and I'll get back and try to answer you as best I can.